Hello, I'm Jack Labistro and I'm doing this video to reflect on lessons learned in science this first semester. I have asked my family members to assist me with my presentation. Hi there, Auntie Lars.
Hey Jack, we are all excited to hear about your experiences in your science class. Were there topics that you found confusing?
Initially, I found several topics confusing. 1. The rules of significant figures needed to be understood and memorized. For example, I thought at first that the number in scientific notation, for example, 3.4 times 10 to the 4th power, needed to be converted first to 34,000 before I can count the number of significant figures. I assumed that the zeros after 34 were considered significant, so I ended with 5 significant figures. Which was wrong. Another confusing topic for me was converting measurements. I understood the concept of converting one measurement to another. However, I found it difficult to memorize the conversion factors.
Were you able to learn it eventually?
After much practice with the exercises, I can say that I was able to learn and understand significant figures, and I even performed well in the quiz. I got a perfect score on this portion on quiz number 6. However, I still need to practice more on mathematical operations involving significant figures. Sadly, I did not perform well in this portion of quiz number 6. My mistake was that I counted both the digits to the left and right of the decimal point. Now I know that I only needed to get the least number of decimal places in the decimal portion of any number in the addition or subtraction problem.
What new things did you learn? Did you need to unlearn some things as well? Please cite some examples.
I can cite several ideas that I thought were correct but were proven to be wrong after intelligently discussing them in class. Here are some examples. 1. Science can explain everything. 2. The scientific process can determine goodness, beauty, and value of a particular idea, concept, or object. 3. The scientific process ends when the scientist finds the solution or the answer to the problem or subject in question. I asked my former classmates to answer the question, what does science mean for you? Here are some of their answers. Science in your opinion.
Your voice! Science! Oh my god! Science is everything that you could see in everywhere. Seriously, like even outside Earth, in Earth, your shirt, like I don't know, everything.
Look.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what is science?
What is science? For me, science is chemistry. Is a more complex way of explaining things around us and what the whole concept of life is about. Thank you.
Clearly, most of them shared my previous impression that science is everywhere and that it can explain everything in this world. But now I know that science has limitations. For instance, science cannot explain the supernatural, love, and other emotions. It cannot make moral or aesthetic judgments. Furthermore, science does not instruct us how to use scientific knowledge. It is up to us to decide how to use the information gained. Finally, I have learned that the scientific process continues even after the solution has been found. Science evolves. Scientific knowledge and information continues to be updated, improved, and or revised. Therefore, the scientific process continues. Here.
Hi Jack,
Hi, Uncle Melo.
what was your worst test or activity and why?
Based on the results of my laboratory skills assessment, I would consider this my worst activity. Prior to PSI, I did not have any hands-on experience with using measuring tools and equipment. I have to practice taking more accurate measurements using the laboratory measuring tools and equipment.
What was your best test or activity and why?
I scored 43 over 50 in the first long examination, and I consider this my best test result to date. My mistakes were mostly because of carelessness, and I resolved to be more careful. I did fairly well in the inference and observation portion, and I am pleased with the outcome of my dichotomous key.
What are the things about your course that you like best?
I like the way the class is conducted. The use of multimedia helps to make learning fun and enjoyable. I appreciate the interactive mode of teaching and learning where students use all the senses to discover and learn. Learning should not be limited to the four walls of the classroom, and I enjoy the activity where we were asked to find an object in the school grounds and make observations and inferences about it. I also like the fact that I am beginning to cultivate a scientific attitude. The scientific attitude is not confined to students and the scientific arena, but can also be applied to everyday life. It is a mindset or perspective that is used in approaching challenges, obstacles, and problems.
What are the things about your course that you like the least?
There is no particular thing that I dislike about the course. I am quite satisfied with the method of teaching, the relevance of the topics, and the contents and the setup of the laboratory.
Do you have any suggestions on how your classroom or course can be improved?
I suggest that we can be given more practice exercises or seat works that are not graded before the quiz. The additional exercises will help us become more skillful and proficient and even help us improve our scores.
Wow, Jack, you had a full first quarter. You have learned a lot too. Congratulations for surviving your first months in Pisay.
Thank you, Uncle Melo. Thank you guys for watching my video log. My journey has just begun.